Good day, everyone, and a happy Jamaica Emancipation Day. My name is Rudy Page, and welcome to the Homeward Bound Creativity Show. We've got an action-packed program of celebration this evening, so I'm not going to take too long. I would like to straight away go to Dr. Lola Ramakan, who's going to bring the greetings and the opening statement for everyone. Dr. Lola.
Thank you very much, Mr. Page, for making connections work. I have been working with Mr. Page for quite some time, and what a pleasure it has been. I would like to also acknowledge all the wonderful persons on the forum. I know your interest is in community, so we are on this occasion. And I recognize Mrs. McIntyre Pike and the mother of country tourism. We have Mr. McCook. We have our own Dean Roden. We have our Fresh FM man. We have Mr. Stafford Grant. And we have Antoinette looking as lovely as ever. It is really my pleasure to give you some salient points to whet our appetites so that you'll be able to share with us freely on this matter on this very important day. Today is a historic and memorable day for all Jamaicans at home and abroad, and memorable to our friends. Jamaica has many friends. Every other person you meet over the world wants to be a Jamaican. I do not know if you ever asked why, but I have asked, and I was told because of our music, our food, and who we are, our spirit. We are a proud people. We let things happen. One would say, try it, man. You never know what will happen. Don't be afraid to try. That's a Jamaican. But we need to add more to why non-Jamaicans want to be Jamaicans. We must be a people who are respectful of self and of others, not sometimes, but all the times. We must be known because we show love, that we cooperate, we show care, we build relationships that last, not being nicey one day to get what you want, and there is no sustainability. That is what is called denialship, the brother Anansi syndrome. Some of you may be able to identify with that. Do we listen to one another at home and in the community? Do we fight and do all the ugly things which cause the loss of lives and sell our community short? All these areas I have mentioned, and there are many others, are what we call part of the hidden curriculum. And we can talk more about that, or what we call soft skills, or skills for life, and they make us who we are as a community. Did you know that every person is defined by the community he or she belongs to? You are not just John or Mary. You are from the African Garden community, Augustown community, Bedward Garden community, Heritage community, Goldsmith community. You therefore must be singing from the same Sankey. You must do things together and have positive influence on each other so that you all can be proud of your community and others proud of you and your community. Scores of persons have been trying hard over the years to build these communities as models. And recently, we have Mr. Dean Roden, a respected member of the Hermitage community, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Roden, and Boy Scouts of Jamaica fame. And we have Mr. Rudy Page from Making Connections work, both from the US and UK diasporas respectfully, with local and foreign team members since COVID-19, just 2 years ago, placing emphasis on community building in these 5 communities, because they know that the community is the bedrock of building world-class education and carrying out training effectively. We cannot impose our wishes on community persons. We must work with community members to bring about the change we seek. The first phase has been achieved, where community persons are much more aware of the importance of all hands on deck for the community, not only outside building, but building from within. Change, ladies and gentlemen, must come from within. Professor Barry Shevans of our university, UII Mona, God rest his soul, began the Change from Within program, and we're keeping it alive. It can work. We must let it work. This time, change from within the community, not just change from institutions that he advocated. Community members must be serious about building strong communities. We cannot build it for them if they're not serious. They must be serious so that they're not fighting, but encouraging one another to be creative. Put all energies to good use, avail themselves for training, participate actively in community projects, not just on Labor Day, but all through the year. These are the aspects of our communities that will be reshaped as necessary, building on what the MPs and other distinguished community leaders are doing. The Beacon of Hope project and Mr. Dean and Sister Natasha's On the Corner under the Reggae Tree have added much to the first phase. And now the new and innovative tool that we have in our hands, the community helpers, focuses on all members of our community being respectful, not some, not dissing anyone. And if anyone tries, still be respectful. It will catch on that you are not a part of disrespect to anyone, even those who show you this disrespect. This is vital for the tourism sector, that people who visit us, they feel respected. Sometimes we have to give up our rights for peace sake. We have to share this with the community. Our Rastafarians normally say, one love. And even when they are looked down on, they would say, yes, man, one love, peace and love, my brothers and sisters. So let us spread the Rastafarian response, peace and love. Ladies and gentlemen, when we would have changed the language of disrespect to respect, focus on other aspects in the community helpers book, such as taking decision from very early, some even quote 5 years. I was doing some research recently, and it was clear that some children ask themselves the question, what I would like to be when I grow up, from they were about 5 years. My grandson asks it even earlier. There might be changes, and that is okay. Just be something else. If you stand for something, you will not fall for anything. The child is the father of the man, and the children live what they learn. Focus in the community helpers book is also on respect for our national symbols, our emblems, our songs, and national anthem. And I need not speak about the national anthem, how it is disrespected, and we must build from our community to show respect for our national anthem. A matter of fact, it is a prayer. There are activities on critical thinking, problem solving, and reasoning skill in the community helpers book. When we would have realized the inculcating of these soft skills in our community life, we will be on our way to have our community members, boys and girls, on a critical pathway, taking up their rightful places at UII and UTech in our backyard, and their newly found values and attitudes will be a catalyst towards world-class education and training. Not just knowledge, but values that count. We do have some very bright people at home, at school, in the workplaces, and I dare say in our tertiary institution, who are very rude and abusive. We say no more nor less. Let's weed out bad habits out of our communities in a non-threatening manner. We do not have to scare people. We can choose our best voices to speak with them and listen to them and give them the correction that they need without insulting them. Once this is achieved, ladies and gentlemen, the multiplier or ripple effects will be great within the community. We will care for each other. Some will be teaching and training in the community. Some will be mentoring. Some will be showing compassion and helping at the Mona Rehabilitation Center and the School of Hope. Children will be children and not skipping their childhood by being adults before time in their dress, in the way they speak, in their entire deportment, in the places that they go, rather than we providing places for them to go and places that they can enjoy being children. Some will be producing products, like this afternoon, where some products will be sold in the community, but all will be involved in learning and working in the community. We should make this community and the areas surrounding it a learning community, one for all and all for one. There will be full systems on the move, not pockets of excellence. No one will be left behind. No time to quarrel. We'll be able to say, go away with that. No time to hate. Go away with that. No time to fight. Forget that. We are all focused on building our community with not only knowledge, but soft skills, which are sadly missing in many communities today. Pertaining to our theme for JAM 60, reigniting our nation for greatness and realizing our national vision 2030, which states that Jamaica is to be a place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. And I would like to add, retire peacefully, because I'm at that age now. And I think it is very relevant to a lot of us on the screen. These are the centerpiece of the work of our second phase in all the communities to be served. And we implore all who seek the change we speak about in our communities to buy in and do not seek to recreate what has been created, like our theme for JAM 60. Why recreate it? It is there. Like our vision 2030. Why create when it is already there? We need to buy in. It's time we do this as Jamaican. Buy into what exists rather than try to change just for change's sake. We will be stronger. We will continue to collaborate as all the community members will do until our goals are achieved. It is said that it is not merely the full blast of a sledge that can pierce a stone. It is a constant dripping of the water as well. And I want us to bear this in mind when the frustrations come, because they will come. and we will feel like giving up. But we must remember, we just keep piercing, piercing, piercing like the dripping water. And one day, through hard work, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be through hard work. And it is more enjoyable that way when it comes through hard work than it is given on the platter. We have begun with focus on community building. We now move to the strengthening and development of soft skills. Our communities will become model communities. Others can come to learn from them, not because they are looked down on now, but if the right things are being done, others going to come to learn. The replication will become a reality, community after community. Let's not take the whole Jamaica, community by community. Jamaica, however, will be transformed, and like other things like music and food, we will be able to take to the world respect for self and others. Soft skills will be at work. We can say, just look at us now. You remember that phrase on RGR when it was taken over and being run by others? They had that as a phrase, just look at us now. This is what I would like to hear these 5 communities repeat after we would have worked so hard with them. Just look at us now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaicans at home and abroad, happy Emancipation Day. Our ancestors fought for it. We are the beneficiaries. Let's emancipate ourselves, as said by Bob Marley, and celebrate our 60th year of anniversary in style, and keep building better and better communities, even for what is left of 2022 and beyond. And I say one love to everyone.
Thank you very much for that indeed. Excellent, excellent, Dr. Lola. And I'd just like to add to the direction that you've now set, and it's well laid out. I'd just like everybody to know that as we've streamlined our work over the last 2 years, so our future activities will be aligned with Vision 2030, Jamaica's National Development Plan. And as Dr. Lola said, that we'll be working and building the relationships with the 5 communities. And so we'll be talking about Vision 2030, Augusttown, Jamaica. So on the 1st of August for the next 7 years, we determined that we will report back of the activities. And the good thing as well, with this model approach, it can be replicated by any other community. And we'll be sharing that with other communities. So not just in Jamaica, across Jamaica, but South Africa, Ghana, even here in the UK, wherever the diaspora is, because the time and effort has gone into putting this framework in place. And the opening part of this program was the beacon of hope. And all that meant was that we regarded the primary schools in Jamaica as the beacon of hope. That was the hub, working with the local school. But the tool, the catalyst, the tool for a values-led approach is the community helpers resource book. And that's really important because you need a tool and a values-led tool. And that links in neatly to the broad framework where we talk about we want to leave a legacy for the 21st century learning and skills by inspiring inclusive, peaceful, caring, and enterprising neighborhoods and local communities. And with Augusttown, with the 5 communities that make up Augusttown, that is our model. And the community helpers links direct into the 3 principles as it relates to young people, or the 3 pillars. And those 3 pillars are: young people need somewhere to go, young people need something to do, young people need someone to show them how. And linked to these pillars is the community, the broad community well-being. And we've organized what we now call as our 5 clusters. So the first cluster is around the community economic tourism and services. That's the term we now use. Community economic tourism and services. The second area is around farmers markets and agro-processing. So again, we're thinking about all the products and services that come from agriculture. So that's being developed with African Gardens in particular. And the community economic tourism, in fact, will go across all 5 communities. We also recognize the importance of the creative economy, and particularly within the creative economy, the creative and cultural industries, which of course Jamaica is renowned for around the world, but we want to link that right back into local communities, into the neighborhoods, so young people can see a pathway from their neighborhood, through their communities, into the wider world, and still coming back to the community from where they come from. And for us in the diaspora, we Owen will talk about this a bit later, in terms of the Windrush generations, we talk about hope, strength, and belonging. So in other words, wherever we live, we want to belong. That's our community. Then the other important 4th area of importance, Dr. Lola's touched on that already, education. Education and the 21st century learning and skills. And when we talk about the 21st century learning and skills, collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, and all these attributes are within the community helpers resource toolkit and book. And the good thing about that, it also enables us to train the trainer and support teachers and teaching. And all that will be done through the Beacon of Hope hub. And as I mentioned earlier on, the Beacon of Hope hub is actually a primary school. So we're better to share knowledge, information, knowledge and skills in the primary schools, because that knowledge transfer is going to go back directly to the young teachers, to the young people who need it. And then finally, climate action, diaspora climate action. So in the diaspora, we're used to responding to floods, disasters, as it relates to the Caribbean region. But now, as a diaspora, we're going to get actively involved and actually have a plan. And we'll be supporting innovative projects from within Augusttown. And we'll be talking more about that in 2 days' time, where the Diaspora Climate Action Program will start. So that gives a broad framework that aligns with Jamaica Vision 2030. And as Dr. Lola said, we're not reinventing any wheel, we're aligning our activities with Vision 2030. And I really like that line you used about retiring peacefully and in harmony. So I think we're going to add that for the diaspora, because the diaspora needs to feel that they're an integral part of Vision 2030, and it really needs to be stated for people to see and understand it. And also for them then to consider how they can get involved. So we'll definitely do some more work on that. So thank you very much for that, Dr. Lola. I would now like to come to Owen Winter, who's the founder of Fresh FM Radio London. Owen, over to you.
Hello, everyone. So nice to be part of this forum again. Nice to see some of our friends from the diaspora. We are Fresh FM Radio London. We had a vision for this kind of timeline, to be honest, when we started. Dr. Lola touched on some real great, important messages. And one of them, which Rudy said, is retire peacefully in Jamaica. I think that's one of the key factors for us here in the UK. That message needs to be driven home in the UK. Okay. I'm saying that on behalf of all the Windrush generation. That's right. And the Windrush generation has a very special importance to Jamaica 60, because as you may or not know, that a lot of the Windrush children are now 60. So we have the correct tools. We've been here long enough. Like myself and Rudy, our fathers are in Jamaica. So we have that direct link. We understand the process of what is required for the UK to rejoin. I think that's the right term, to rejoin with Jamaica, reconnect. Yeah. There are a very few things that we at Fresh FM do realize and recognize. One of the major links is music. With music, we can break down so many barriers across both sides. So, and if you do listen to Fresh FM Radio London, you will hear that we're, I wouldn't say one of, but we do not have any slackness, anything derogatory, because we realize that after being here in the UK for 60 years, we've passed all that. We need to be focused in the right direction. And that is part of our Homeward Bound program again, which Rudy will talk about, why we in the UK should be focusing on Jamaica. Back to our music, Fresh FM Radio London also celebrating 50 years of Lovers Rock in the UK. In Jamaica, 50 years of Lovers Rock doesn't mean anything. Hello.
Keep going.
Yeah, 50 years of Lovers Rock in Jamaica does not really mean anything. It has no landmark. But we need to make that connection, because in the UK, 50 years of Lovers Rock, it indicates 50 years of people like myself who is in our 60s. I know I don't look it, but in our 60s, and we have been through a Windrush journey, and that Windrush journey has been getting ourselves our own music, going through all the pressures of being in the UK and being, we have to say, the first Black people to go to some schools, to go to universities, to have shops. That is part of our timeline. And I think with that 60 years of education that we have now, it's time for us to focus on Homeward Bound and Jamaica. And as a lot of us know, like Rudy and myself, our parents, our mothers are gone, fathers still left in Jamaica, but that won't be for long. So when that time comes, we need to replace that person, profile, module, however you want to put it, with someone like myself. And we need a lot of people like myself. When I say like myself, 60, educated in the UK, have got a decent vision, I think, for what I believe Jamaicans and Jamaica should be doing. And listening to Dr. Lola, you've ticked off so many points that are so close to my heart. And I salute you for that. So again, we're Fresh FM Radio London. We are one of the driving forces, along with making connections work, to try and to close down that link musically. And also, which I must add, we do have a lot of talk shows, and those talk shows are aimed at making connections work and joining with JA. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Owen. And I should also add to that is that Fresh FM again pioneered Kingston 7 Beats, and 90% of the music that we broadcast for a couple of years came from Hermitage in particular, but Augusttown in general. And Dean Roden will be able to speak to that a bit later on. So thanks a lot for that, Owen. And just one other point before I go to Antoinette Page from the UK. And as Owen said, we're children of the Windrush generation, our generations now. So we're actually the elders. We can't believe it. We seem to have got here much quicker than we realize. Even though the elders used to tell us not to rush because our time would come, and our time has come. And of course, next year is Windrush 75, which again is a significant timeline for us. And our theme is around hope, strength, and belonging. And Owen touched on that critical word, belonging. And, you know, everyone wants to feel that they belong in the neighborhood and within the local communities in which they live. And in fact, one of the key questions we've been asking young people over the last few weeks, 120 of them between the ages of 12 and 14, is what does hope and belonging mean to me? We've asked the young people to ask that question. And in fact, over the next few weeks, we're going to ask ourselves that question. What does hope, strength, and belonging mean to me as an elder in the Windrush generation? And it's something we have to think about within the context of homeward bound. Homeward bound. Homeward bound, belonging and homeward bound, they're intrinsically linked. So Fresh will be hosting a series of dialogues for the next few months before we have the big launch for Windrush 75 on the 1st of January 2023. And of course, it's not that long too far away. So I'd now like to call Antoinette Page from the UK before we're going to shift over to the US and speak with Garfield, Stafford, and then Dean will then carry on after that. So Antoinette.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Rudy. Good evening, Dr. Ramakan. So I'm Antoinette Page. Rudy and I are still doing that family tree to trace whether or not we are actually related, but I'm a grandchild of the Windrush generation, just to put that out there.
Of course.
So it's really great to be here on this platform and as always to support Owen and Rudy with their work. So as we said, I'm Antoinette Page. I am the founder of an organisation, a community organisation based here in the UK called Heritage Consultancy Network. And what we essentially do is that we work with the 3rd, 4th, and even now the 5th generation of Caribbean Britons and African descendants here in the UK and abroad. And what we're about is to ensure we are promoting and also preserving. So we act as custodians and archivists to our cultural heritage, be it through cultural activities, education, music, fashion, and also local community building activities. So that's what I do. And in doing so, I support Rudy with the Reggae Global and Culture online platform. So I, in essence, look to seek and to work with organizations or events that promote the Jamaican culture positively. So as we said earlier, you know, this isn't about just looking at anything derogatory or negative that is out there in the marketplace, you know, portraying Jamaica. We want to also give the culture in the country a balanced view that there are many, many, many positive aspects, many positive activities that do come out of Jamaica, but many people just don't know, because sadly, we are reliant on different media sites that will only push negative descriptors or information out there. So that's what I do, and support Rudy and his work heavily. A bit of history about what I have done over the years. I have run a food feeding program whereby I fed over 200 young people in early years setting as part of their early childhood organisations in Jamaica. I work with St Richard's Primary School, early years school, and also the Reaches Primary School in Clarendon. So I have a, an understanding of what goes on in the early years setting, especially around food deprivation and the impact of not having a good diet on our young person's brains, minds, spirit, and their souls and their learning. So I studied that and did a lot of work around that back in 2017 and 2018, and then pivoted across to the cultural activities. So what we're talking about today is, really close to my heart and the work that I do here in the UK. And I've also started to stretch my wings to Africa. So I'm doing some work, Sierra Leone, and hoping very soon in Kenya. So, I'm really pleased to be here. I'm here, myself and my team, not just me. We are a collective. We're here, as I say, we're based in London. We're based in Jamaica as well. And we have a lot of support in the US, as I say, and also in Sierra Leone. So we want to ensure Jamaica has its fair chance in the world of economy, as well as having its fair chance at being sustainable, being equipped, having the knowledge our young people need, and also making sure they are future-proofed in the workplace. So to share a slight information Rudy doesn't know yet. So my son has recently, so Iman is obviously Jamaican descendant. He has just been working with the BBC and the BFI as one of the youngest in the UK to actually do filmmaking and storytelling using technology. And I'm super proud of Iman's work, and he really wants to share this with Jamaica. So I'd love for us to see how Iman's work can also be integrated in August Town initiatives. Absolutely. So, we're really excited for the work he's doing. It's cutting edge, it's leading the world. No one's doing the work that they're doing right now using 3D modeling, VR and augmented reality to tell stories and make films. And it's super exciting. So on that note, I'll leave it there. We've got many more people to come on the platform tonight, but thank you for the space.
Thank you very much for that, Antoinette. And what's great about that links directly with the Community Helpers mural that we intend to have at Hermitage, and of course we will have the AI reality with the AI and reality, bringing them both together. So it's going to be really important. And I mentioned earlier on about the creative economy, the importance of digital innovation. All these things will help that transformational journey for August Town. But as we said, the catalyst is the Community Helpers, and it is following the National Development Plan for Jamaica 2030. So it all aligns, and so that's great to hear that. Right, I'm conscious that we've got Dorothy Price-Maitland on. Dean seems to have dropped off. So, and I know being down in African Gardens, oh, Dean, you are there.
Yeah, she's there, she's there.
So Dean, just so that give Dorothy time to speak, do you want to introduce Dorothy and her initiative with the African Gardens? Because I know staying on the line can be challenging. So let's get Dorothy in now, because she's done excellent work. Very proud of what she's done. So over to you.
Yeah, Miss Maitland, you're gonna be up. It's an honor, all distinguished guests, all protocol observed tonight. It's an honor for me. I feel like my entire family under the reggae trees here, and Miss Maitland, August Town is a very historical community. That's where Emancipation Day started 180 years ago. and Miss Maitland from last night, they have been celebrating it in African Garden as a part of Augustown. Miss Maitland is doing a tremendous work right now. I work with Professor Barry Shevans and to get these things organized. Campbell, they've been working hard. So Miss Maitland, I know you sometimes get very challenging with the internet.
Yeah.
Just ask you to just say, down on the ground in Augustown. I know you didn't sleep last night. So just bring us up to scale. What have been happening, Miss Maitland?
Yes.
Great. We're very proud of what you've done, Mama D.
Just a moment, Reverend Campbell. I am on Zoom here now with the diaspora. So I want who can hear it on the phone, because it's always get to put up in podium for everybody to hear. So you can go ahead now.
Yeah, man, we just want you to tell us what is happening on the ground. We're all here from all over the world. Augustown is the highlight of the world. To be a part of a community named after.
Hold a little there, plugging you in.
All right, plug me in, you know, set things off for one. So Augustown, be a part of a community that was named after Emancipation Day. And I grew up there. That's how Under the Corner came about from, you know, for most of you, Professor Barry Shevans' first cultural day in Jamaica, Hermitage. That's where Miss Lou performed. That's where the corner came in. That's how you have Under the Corner. That's where you learn the gig, where the box, the kite, the major kite. And Augustown is a part of the historical, you know, I had the honor of reading Touching Bedward Bible in Augustown, and it have a legacy. You know, time will not permit me to tell me the amount of things I witnessed personally as a youngster growing up. So to be a part of that community, Miss Maitland, you ready for me? Now you plug me in. So whenever time you're ready, you just plug me out back.
Yeah,
okay?
you were plugged in, and she might have gone offline, but they did hear you. Most importantly, we've made the connection into Augustown, which was always the plan. So we did hear it. So if Dorothy comes back, we will come back to her. So Dean, do you want to carry on with the next part? Let me just first acknowledge Diana Schrouder Johnson, who also inspired the Under the Reggae Tree idea in terms of the work we're doing with this platform, and of course is collaborating with Dean. So Dean, over to you for the young people, because it's important for everybody to understand, first of all, what you've done with the platform and the young people, and then we'll move back to Diane before we go back to Jamaica. Diane, to say a few words.
All right. First, once again, thanks again. As you have seen me dressed up in my Scout uniform, I've been working with people over the past 30 years. And reggae, as an ambassador for Jamaica, I've been in several jamborees, whereas reggae is a key thing. Once you put on the uniform, perform, you have to have reggae music. And then I linked up with, I would say, the Honorable Rudy Page. And then there was a thing called the Reggae Tree. And I said, how can we collaborate this program in Jamaica? I go in the corner with Professor Barry Shevans and all these great people. And that's where we learned the skill of the art of reggae music and thing. So we started a program that's, listen, we always try to implement programs for our young people. Then Dr. Lola, she did a program about her book. And I said, how can I bring this reality? So community helpers, you're going to be seeing quite a number of my students coming in the program. You know, so it's not, most of these students, some don't have a father. They're in Jamaica diaspora, Uncle Stafford, and it's a family program. You know, Uncle Dean, Auntie Natasha. So once you come on my program, you become a part of the family. You know, Auntie Diana. So we this program, and we said incentive. My first scholarship I got to the UWE, it was so exciting that I got 2 other scholarships here in the state. And I said, we need to give our young people incentive. So that's what we have. So what I'm going to do, it's about the young people. And I'm going to ask each young person who are here on the program to briefly introduce themselves because the focus is on them. So DeMarco, you can just, Damian and Dominic, you can quickly introduce yourself and tell us what you like to be when you grow up.
Good afternoon, my name is Dominic Laban. I am 10 years old. I attend the Green Park Primary School. I am in grade 4L. I am a sixer in the Cub Scout. I live in the Juzan community in St. Andrew, Jamaica. I also attend the St. Mary's Anglican Church. In the future, I want to be a police officer. Thank you.
Damian.
Good afternoon, my name is Damian Laban. I am 8 years old. I attend the Green Park Primary School. I am in grade 3D. I am a second in the Cub Scouts. I live in the Juzan community in St. Andrew, Jamaica. I also attend the St. Mary's Anglican Church. In the future, I want to become a police officer. Thank you.
Okay, and then we see we have Roandre. Quickly, Roandre, who is our partner. Roandre, can you speak now?
You got Topaz.
Go ahead. Okay, Dr. Malcolm, you can go ahead.
Going home, sir.
All right, Dr. Malcolm, can you speak now?
Good evening, everyone. My name is prospective Dr. DeMarco Malcolm. I am 10 years old and I live in the parish of Westmoreland. Thank you.
Wonderful. And what we designed, we have identified one students who would like to get a scholarship to go to the university. Deshaun, you want to go ahead?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tishan Anderson. I am 11 years old. I am originally from St. Mary. I am currently living in Westmoreland, Negro Red. I didn't know what I wanted to become, but recently I have decided that I want to become a nurse or a doctor because I love helping people and that profession helps people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roandre, can you speak now? All right, we're going to move to what we decide to do each year. We give our students and we're going to be giving what is called the Ambassadors Award. And our Ambassador Award, which is going to be getting some incentive and prizes, is Topal. She has been accepted to go to the University of Technology. And that is what the program is all about, empowering them. We'd like to have the next 5-year plan to have a scholarship waiting at the university for 2 of my students, 2 in the United States. So as soon as they reach that goal, we can say yes. So Topals, are you available? I know it's independent, so they are in another program in Jamaica, so they take the time out to be here. But Topals, it's such an honor. She took 9 subjects and she still take time out to be on our program. One of our founding member of the NEED program. Topal, thank you for coming, taking time out to be here. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, it's nice being here. I am Topaz Tyson, Manning School Pass student, prospective student of the University of Technology, NEED volunteer, NEED Pass student, and an ambassador for the Uncle Dean and Auntie Natasha family program.
Congratulations, Topaz, and we're very pleased that also you're going to get awarded through what's called the Love It Ranger Legacy Fund from here in the UK, because it's designed for young people who display leadership qualities, serve the community, as well as do what they need to do for themselves to make their way in this world. So congratulations on that, and you'll be hearing more about that very soon. So Dean, we're going to have to move on.
Yes, okay.
We could stop the sharing. Okay, okay. Unless you get a message from somebody who hasn't spoken, Dean, I'd like to now.
Yeah, quickly, I just want to recognize Terry Ann. She's from the NEAT and she's in Westmoreland.
Okay.
I want to get most of the people from Westmoreland. Terry Ann, I don't know if you have a short, you want to say anything. We had a song from Brittany, but it's okay. And then Paul, who's from Augustown, you sung about Bedward. He's the first person. So, and if time permits you, Rudy, we can.
Well, yeah, we'll try that at the end to do the song.
Okay, then, no problem.
We can do it now.
Hello, can
Terry
everyone
Ann.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Terry.
Hi, happy Emancipation Day, everyone. Just wanted to say this is an awesome program. I always tell Mr. Roden that this is a great initiative. Thank you to everyone who has come together to give our kids this platform to open opportunities for them and to motivate them despite the circumstances that most of them are going through now. And I just, wish you all the best. I look forward to us coming back in September after the little break. And I know that only greater things can come from this program for our children. Thank you so very much.
Excellent. Thank you for that endorsement, particularly of the hours that Dean spends to just bring everything together. So it's not just what people see on the platform, it's all the phone calls as well. And so great work, Dean. So can we quickly move to Diane to say a few words?
Hi, good evening. So you got to bear with me because I've got half a voice, I say. So thank you, Rudy. So we've got the reggae tree in Harlesden. So we're doing great things. So it's about under the reggae tree. So there's lots happening. The reggae tree is looking a lot better. We've got the Jamaican flag that's been planted under it. Can everyone hear me? Can I be heard?
We can hear you.
Yeah. So there's lots happening. So we're going to be having conversations eventually under the reggae tree. By God's grace, this Friday at our Civic Centre in Wembley, we're going to have the flag raising. So Mr. Owen Winter is going to be playing the music. So Rudy, we've got a programme there. We're going to be, celebrating Jamaica 60th, under the reggae tree, raising the flag at the Civic Centre in Wembley. So a lot of people around the world know Wembley. So it will be a great honour, to be raising that flag to celebrate Jamaica's 60th. And I will be in Birmingham as well. So I'm looking forward to being in Birmingham. Yeah, it's about celebrating. My mum and dad were from Jamaica, Maxwood Avenue. So big up, our ancestors who are not here. And we're also going to celebrate those that we have to continue that legacy, Rudy. So, so I'm looking forward to the celebrations. And it's also about Windrush 75 next year. So that anchor as well. Yeah, so thank you. And Dean, we're going to connect.
Right.
And Dr. Lola Ramakan, can I say thank you for your book, Community Helpers? I love it. And I share it with so many people. So I'm a Sunday school teacher and a youth leader as well. So I want to do some community events with children. I love your book. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a great model. And as we said, that is the catalyst to set the pathway for which for everyone to follow. It's very clear, and it's the best learning tool that we have at the moment because it's values led. So thank you for that, Diane. And of course, when we talk about under the reggae tree, it's the symbolism of what it means, togetherness. And we spoke about belonging. And so all of these activities that Diane's been involved in, particularly getting the flag raising ceremony and some of the activities that we're coming up next year for Windrush 75, all of that to us is under the reggae tree. It's the symbolism that's the importance about this. Right, so again, I'm going to go back into the diaspora. Got Stafford Grant, we've got Donovan Longmore. So Stafford, a few words. Donovan Longmore, before we come back into Jamaica, and we're going to speak. Sorry, and Garfield McCook, how can I? Those three, and then back into Jamaica to Diana McIntyre Pike. So Stafford.
Oh, thank you, Rudy. Hi, everyone. I will be also bringing greetings to the Greater Community Development Council in Augustown from the chairperson of the diaspora, Dr. Karen Dantley. But before I get into speaking about I'm sorry, the accolades that they have done there in Augustown, I would like to just say, basically, I am the Diaspora Citizen Security Coordinator for the Northeast, and Dean and I, we doing a lot of community work. I am coordinating a coding program in Jamaica with youth from 8 years old up. At this time we got setting up two learning centers in South Lamar. We're working on one for Maxwell Avenue and also in Jonestown. And we were working closely with Dr. Michael Campbell. He do have a soup kitchen there on Maxwell Avenue, where, well, I mean, a matter of fact, it's two soup kitchens that they started over in Maxwell Avenue. So we are working closely. And I heard Antoinette, I think is her name, mention that she's running a soup kitchen somewhere in Jamaica. And I think she said she's also from Maxwell Avenue area. But it's just to expound on what we are talking about, the community work with the youth. And we are really engaged, and it's a real great pleasure that we can have a model and hope we can have something set up. I don't know how much interested you know about the NEET program in Negril, but it's a tremendous one. We are trying to work with the youth.
Yeah, that's an extensive program.
I would just love to say, breathe an extended greetings to the Greater Augustown Community Development Center. I would say that the Greater Augustown Community Development Center Council and leaders and citizens of Greater Augustown, congratulations for your anniversary, for your celebration. So all protocols observed. As I have identified myself, I am Stafford Grant, and I am the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast Citizen Security Coordinator. And I am bringing greetings on the behalf of Dr. Karen Dunkley, Chairperson of the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast and the Jamaica Diaspora Region. I'll start by giving a quote. Mother Teresa once said, "It is not how much you give, but how much love you put into giving." End of quote. The Greater Augustown Community Development Council is celebrating their existence alongside Jamaica's 60th independence, a sign of maturity that communities are working together for the greater advancement of the youth, have truly recognized that the survival of their communities rests heavily on the investment of their youth, clearly indicating how much love is given within the community. We must commend the community leaders for their creative and innovative approach of uniting neighboring communities through networking and unselfishly giving. Showing love, gratitude, and accepting that the source of frequently feeling of empowerment comes from something greater than themselves. Citizens of the Greater Augustown community, I am urging you to constantly remind yourself that it is the powers that is greater than you brought you to this point in your life. When there were no vision, you got hope. And through faith, the spiritual powers guided you. You must remember that there is no other like you, no one like you. Therefore, do not focus on other person's achievement. Focus on your ability. You will be losing your powers, your talent, your ability when you focus on someone else's success. Collectively, every one of you will master your field of ability and talent that will empower and uplift your communities to greater heights. I am imploring everyone to ask yourself these questions. What do I have to give my community? What can I offer my community? How can I be useful to my community? There could be no joy of success communities that do not include service to others. I will end briefly with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I quote, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service." Congratulations to Greater Augustin communities, their leaders. May God continue to guide you as you continue to give your service to your community. Happy Emancipation Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Stafford. Some very wise words of wisdom in there. So thank you for that. Gary McCook, I'm going to go to you next, then go to Donovan Longmore. Gary, over to you.
Yes, thanks again, Rudy. Happy Emancipation Day to all you guys. I couldn't think of a better way to spend it, but to share it with Rudy and his team. My name is Gary McCook. I am the founder of the Jamaica International Independence Foreign Song Competition here in Georgia. We just had our second staging on Saturday. I want to publicly thank Rudy, who was one of the persons who sent in a video congratulatory message to us, Rudy Page, and the Honorable Oliver Mayer out of Miami. Thank you guys, it was well received. So it's a long name, but the acronym is JIIFSC, or now down to GIFs. And what we are giving a platform to Jamaican artists in the diaspora to showcase their talent during our independence celebrations. So this is our second staging. At the finals on Saturday, we had a winner, and he hails from New York. The second place went to the winner last year, who hails from Canada, and then the third place was from someone from Miami. Our goal is to expand and get more entries around the world from diaspora members. Last year, we had entries from the UK, Australia, Germany, Canada, and US. This year, we had again from the UK. We had two from Canada this time, and US. So our goal is to expand. We want to hear from Ghana. We want to hear from Africa. We want to hear from all over the world, because this is our platform. In the past 2 years, we've had a total of 39 artists who basically were unknown, wanted a place to showcase their talent, and now we have provided them with that platform. We're here to complement the JCDC's competition, not to compete with them. So our restrictions are, you have to be a Jamaican living in a diaspora or of Jamaican descent. So we got folks here who will have kids. We would love to see your kids coming up and enter the competition. We're focusing a lot of more on marketing and sponsorship and buy-in as we're a new entity. I just want to deviate to the doctor who mentioned about people wanting to be Jamaicans. When I lived in New York, there were some other folks from Caribbean islands who would identify themselves as Jamaicans, and I couldn't understand why. My competition that I'm doing now, we have folks from other Caribbean islands who want to enter the competition. But when we tell them, no, it's just for Jamaicans, they said, they can't understand how we have so many Jamaicans that can have a competition here and they can't. But so we have set a mark and they'll follow suit someday. Back to Dean, who spoke about the kids. We're giving back. A part of our proceeds are going to go to Jamaica high school students who have an inclination for singing and culture. We're trying to work through TVJs all together, sing, because we identify them and say, if they can start the groundwork there, one day they may be an artist here with us in the diaspora. Owen mentioned about breaking down barriers. We're kind of doing that, but we're, as we say, we are complementing, but not competing. So Owen, I hear you. And I want to thank Fresh FM, Rudy Page and Owen, who will air the winning song, Irie, for the next year on Fresh FM. So I want to say thanks to you guys. Again, Gary McCook, JIIFSC.
Thank you very much for that, Gary. We're now going to switch back into Jamaica and ask Diana McIntyre Pike, who I mentioned earlier on about community economic tourism that we work on, but it's built on the work that Diana has actually pioneered internationally around community tourism itself. So again, it aligns with the community tourism when we talk about community economic tourism and services, but it just really relates to what we do in the diaspora in terms of our contribution to community building. So Diana, over to you for the next few minutes, and you know time is tight.
Well, it's okay. I won't say much. I just wanted to thank you very much for the opportunity and to let everyone know that Augustown is the first urban community that we're working with, because all the communities we've worked with so far have been rural communities. So when I mentioned it to some people, they said, but how can you be working with an urban community? But this community is exciting, great team. And Field, I just want to mention to you that the person who won the competition is our vice president for country style investments. I just want you to know, for investment and business development, right?
You got a new sponsor there.
Mr. Green. And we are so excited because the band that backed him is from Mandeville, called Step by Step Band.
Step by Step, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
I'm happy about that. Congratulations on your first on your about your organization. But I like what you're doing, and I'd like to work closely with you because we're in the entertainment.
That's a great integration of skills, Diana. Which
yes,
is kind of
yes,
what Owen really alluded to, that the UK Lovers Rock was, you know, an important part of that were the Jamaicans who came and they blended their skills and knowledge with those of us who were born here in the UK. So there's always been this diaspora Jamaica collaboration. So
wonderful.
It's even great to hear that. We didn't know that piece of information.
Yeah, well, you hear that? No, and we're going to make a big thing of this, okay? So the community economic tourism, we're very happy to collaborate with, because our program is called Villages as Businesses. And what we're doing is promoting urban as well as rural villages to learn how to manage your community as a business. Because what we have found is that there are people who are willing, grant funding is available and so on, but they need to have business approach. They need to have a business plan. You know, one community we did a business plan for, they got from Sandals Foundation $500,000 right away, but they couldn't get it unless they had a business plan. So that's where our focus is with the training. We're very happy to bring Lola on board as a partner, and her book, which is wonderful. We want to design a training program specifically for Augustown with her book as a textbook within that. So Lola, big up, man, because we feel so good that you have done this. And we have just signed an MOU with a US-based Washington organization called Heavenly Culture, World Peace, Restoration of Light. And what that is that they want to establish a monument, peace monument, and with our recommendation, where of course Manchester will get priority, but we want to have Augustown as well. I'm going to be saying that to them. And what we're going to introduce is peace education in the communities. So they're going to give us the material and train us to be able to deliver it. We have to take charge of our country. We have to show the young people that there's a way forward and that they don't have to sit around and get involved with crime and violence and so on, because that's what's basically happening. They're getting restless. So that said, I just wanted to congratulate Augustown, Mama D. She's Mama D too, by the way. I'm known as Mama D as well. So the two Mama Ds have been talking for the past month, and we are going to move forward and get Augustown integrally involved in all that we're doing. And to thank Rudy Page for having brought us in as a partner with the community economic tourism as we try to improve the economy of the communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And what's important about Mama D's initiative in African gardens, because it's also about agro-processing, it's about the farmers market, and also it's about bringing young people to be involved as entrepreneurs relating to the whole aspect of community economic tourism. So these things are really important in terms of community development. So we're really pleased that Diana's involved with her expertise to support the hardworking, passionate work being done by Mama D. And of course, Mama D, they also have a range of products as well, which again is really important. The reality is communities, we have to make things. We have to make things and sell them. We have to manufacture or provide services, and those services have an economic value. So that's great. Okay, so Donovan Longmore, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Rudy.
Okay, great. So over to you.
All right, thank you guys so much. Nice seeing you guys. Just want to let you guys know that we're doing a lot in the community here. I'm connected with every single individual that's on this platform, and just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page while we do all that we do. I'm the Connecticut Diaspora Representative, also media personality on Fresh FM Radio as well. And one of the things that I've been doing this year, I do it every year, is to promote the music. I heard Rudy and Owen speak about how the music somehow got lost in the transition. So last year I did the top 100 in reggae. Now I'm gonna have to do the top 200. So these are what people wanted. So it's gonna be on Fresh FM as live and other platform that I'm on. Working with the children with Dean, Stafford with his community engagement, Diana with the community tourism. So we're just keeping busy and make sure our emancipation and our 60th is one of the best ever. So just here, want to thank you guys for all that's been done and the things that we're going to do in the future by working together. Thank you and have a great day.
Excellent, excellent. So let me go back to Dean. Dean, some people have joined since. Can you take over for the next short while?
Yeah, some of these people, I appreciate that. Thank you, because they give up their emancipation program just to be on the show today. And I really appreciate it. We have Pastor Malcolm, who has been one of our pastors, because we got in the midst, he always do. Pastor Malcolm, he normally do the benediction of the program. And would like Paul Armington, he's thinking about better, get a chance also.
Yeah.
But Brittany, can you introduce yourself quickly? I don't know if you want to do. Brittany. All right, Pastor Malcolm. Pastor Malcolm. They're traveling. All right, okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Uncle D.
Yeah, man. As I say, you're on a platform with people across the globe. You can just introduce yourself, where you are.
Well, I am Desmond Malcolm. I pastor the Miracle Deliverance Center, which is situated in 3 Miles River and the parish of Westmoreland. We are about 3 miles from heading in a northern direction from Savannah Lamar Town Center. And I'm one of the big child on this program.
All right, nurse, thank you very much. Nurse Joanna, she should have gone to the stadium and she take time out to be here. And I really want to Nurse Joanna quickly, she has rehearsed a song, but you can just introduce yourself quickly.
Good morning and good night to the person or visitors. My name is Nurse Joanna. I am 10 years old. I attend Alpha Primary School. I am in grade 6. I live in a community called Hermitage. In the future, I would like to be a nurse. My favorite hobbies are singing and gymnastics.
All right, thank you very much. And we have Tricia, who will be our technical engineer. You can quickly, she's from Optimist Club. You want to quickly introduce yourself if you have a minute, Tricia?
Hi, hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for this opportunity to celebrate the children on this day. Mr. Roden and your team, keep up the good work. It's fantastic what you're doing. Thank you.
All right. And Paul has donated several watch, over 20 watch for my students, and he's the original singer of Bedouin. Mr. Hamilton, quickly I would like you to get, because of time, introduce yourself. And it's the Augusttown Sam Cooke, original Sam Cooke. Go ahead, Mr. Bedouin, Mr. Hamilton.
Hello everybody, my name is Paul. I was born in Augusttown, in a little tent, no, just like the river. I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know that change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Fly, bedward, fly. Who said bedward, fly? Fly, bedward, fly. Where did he fly? Bedward was a man who lived in Augusttown. To many prophesied he would ascend to Agro. So many hearts inspired, setting souls on fire, preaching a team of flow that man should be free like a dove. So fly, bedward, fly. Who said bedward, fly? Fly, bedward, fly. Where did he fly? Unto bedward they would come, seeking spiritual freedom to heal the lame, help the poor, make the blind to see. So many hearts, so many souls, feeling so free. So dip them, minister, dip them in the healing stream. Yeah. Dip them, minister, dip them, but not too deep. Growing influence disturbs society, which lead bedward in captivity, facing a judge without jury. Judge say, brother, you're free to be, but trump up medical report, confine him to Bellevue, where he died.
Only on Fresh FM, you guys heard it. Live
on Fresh FM Radio London. so Dean, I can see Kenneth Wilson is on. So yes, before we come to you, Owen, I know you got a hand up, unless there's a quick point you want to make. Go live back to Augusttown. Okay, so Kenneth, over to you. We expect some feedback. It doesn't matter. We'll keep going best we can.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good night, wherever you are, like Rudy. Good evening to the rest of us. And I am in a very noisy environment, so you have to be with me, okay?
Yeah, we'll work with you. It's live and direct from Augusttown, so we'll work with it.
Yeah, African Gardens, Augusttown. That's what we're having the 16th season of Augusttown Arise, and it's an event where the community showcase talent, various talents in. We presently know we have a lot of juices, clothing that were made here in Augusttown. We also have loan provision from the farmers who do their farming right here in African Gardens.
I know people are jerking chicken, selling soup. There are a number of persons in the audience sitting down enjoying the festivity. Right now we have a brother on stage performing a musical, showcasing his musical talent. So it's been a very good day so far. And I know that later on in the evening, it's going to be a bumper crowd here. I know persons tend to come out later in our show. I must always also say that TDJ is presently here covering the event. And we have a number of guests from the States here in Auguston with us. You know the Auguston birthday celebration kicked off last night, 1 month of activities. Most of it low key because coming to the pandemic, there's not much lot of planning that will take place. But nonetheless, this is one of the activities. And then on the 4th of this month, Thursday, August 4th, we have another major event right here in the city. We're having a back to school bonanza and a book launch. Valerie Camp Davis, who live in Chicago, she's with us here in Jamaica, and she organized over 200 book bags for back to school. And presently on the way to Jamaica, hopefully they will get here in time on Thursday. And then she have also, through our church, raised funds to assist with the kids who have lost their parents to violence. So with their school fee, a portion of their school fee. Some of them will have the school fee paid in full based on what that amount is, but some of the kids might have a percentage of it based on their high and how low it is. So it's a wonderful day so far. Thursday is going to be broadcasting. It's going to Bridge 99 FM will be here, and I was told that they broadcast all over the US and England and Canada. So Thursday, Jamaican time from 3 until 4, a 1 hour broadcast will take place, and they will be conducting interviews with, for example, the Minister of Education, who is a member of Volunteer, the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Leroy Chuck, speak, and the focus will be on Thursday, will be on children, and we will be focusing on how to use restorative practices to give the kids additional tools to navigate their way through conflicts and ways in which they are able to neutralize those conflicts. And then we have another larger group of kids. Those kids are part of the Auguston Children Transformation through sports. Those are the youngsters in the football program. We use football as a magnet to attract them, and then when they enter the program, then we have another group, a mirage of other skill set that we're going to expose them to. The whole idea is to can I do an interview? The whole idea is to strengthen the value system and to equip them with the necessary tool set that when the gangs and the dons come knocking on their doors, they won't open it, right? So that is the kind of thing that we are focusing now, because we believe that the best way to change the future is to do it through the kids. And we are focusing and presently through the Auguston Football Club, we interface with over 100 kids every year through the under 10 football program, the under 13 football program, the under 15 and the under 17. So those 4 age group football program
give you about 120, anywhere between 120 to 160 kids. So we're going to be incorporating all these activities for these kids. So for the next 5 years, they're going to be engaged in this program. And I am 100% certain that we will see a positive impact because we have seen it done before, and we know it works. So that's where we are. That's where we are presently.
Excellent, excellent. And again, it aligns perfectly with the Beacon of Hope and the Community Helpers Toolkit as well. And of course, it's covering the 5 communities. So we're really pleased with that. But thanks very much, Kenneth. Now, Owen, did you have your hand up to say something before we're going to ask Dr. Lola to just round up everything for us? It's a great evening.
Yeah. What I would like to say is also to everyone that the way to get in contact with Fresh FM Radio London is go to the website, which is www.freshfmradiolondon.com. We have every possible media. Mobile app can be downloaded, so you can take us anywhere with you. I'll put it in the chat so you can see the website. And thanks all once again, and we will keep it connected. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And just before we go back to ask Dr. Lola just to summary and close, we'll just go back very quickly to African Gardens, Augustown. I just wondered, Kenneth, is Mama D still around? Or
yes,
in the program?
I know she's. Let me see if I see her.
Yes,
I just let her read. She's coming back in. I just let her read.
Okay.
I was trying to come in a while ago. She's coming in. Yeah, she's coming in back.
Yeah. I'm just going to ask just Dr. Lola just to say a few words of encouragement to Mama D when she comes back on, and then Dr. Lola can then close the program.
Rudy, you think you have 2 minutes to give one of my students a time to sing a song?
Okay. Well, what we'll do? Hold on a sec. Let's just. Mama D, you're back. I just wanted Dr. Lola to give you some words of encouragement, and we go to the young person.
Miss Maitland.
Okay, no problem. We did try anyway. Okay, let's. Oh, she's back.
Yes.
Right. Mama D, we just wanted you to listen to some words of encouragement from Dr. Lola. We're just about to leave, but we couldn't leave without you coming back online because hard work was done to initiate the farmers market, and the months that we spent putting things together for African Gardens. It really has to be commended. So over to Dr. Lola. You could unmute, Dr. Lola.
Yes, I just want to say, I think there is somebody. Yes, I just want to say that this is clearly an innovation whose time has come, because we have been talking individually about working with communities like these 5 communities, but now it is coming together. And we have a lot of persons to say thank you to, but I know they do not thrive on waiting to be thanked. They thrive on the fact that something is being done. We are all action person, and we look especially to, is it Mama D?
Yes.
Yes, who has really taken on the in Jamaica, they would say the full hog, as it were, looking about the community. And at her age, to be focusing on the economy of the community. She needs to be commended, and let us put our hands together for her. Because this is something that she didn't have to do. She has all the excuses, her age, and the fact is that she has very little resources, but she makes do with what she has, not just for herself, but the entire community. And this is commendable. I see partnership around the table. I see collaboration around the table. I see the mixing of the age groups around the table. The children, some of whom are in schools. And I'm so fascinated by the fact that the children have put themselves into it, that they start calling themselves what they want to be. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is fantastic, because if a child starts saying, I'm Dr. So-and-so, I'm nurse so-and-so, don't you think that child is going to be it? So it behoves us to put a tracer study in place right now. And I'm challenging you, Dean, that a tracer study should be put in place, noting what these children say they would like to be, and follow them up to the next level. They are primary school, follow them up to the second level. And it's not to see whether they fail, but to see that they succeed. If they don't be what they say, they should be very close to what they say. And I look forward, Diana, for the tourism venture into Augustown, because Bedward alone can carry it. There are so many things that can happen in Augustown to attract tourism, and we are 101% behind you in this economic tourism venture. It's about economic tourism, and it is in the community. And I hope in the long run, we'll be getting some mentors, young mentors, because I find that these young people, they are so sharp. Did you listen to those two boys there? They are so sharp. So we want to get mentors out of these communities so that they can train other young people to be polite, to be resourceful, to be good community helpers, so they have persons on the ground speaking in their ears nearly every day until they be what they say they want to be. So we want Rudy to thank you especially. How do you do it? It makes me wonder, but you do so many things, and all of us have tasted of your work. When I heard Garfield way in the United States saying that you have been so influential, and we look forward, Garfield, to have Fresh doing more than Fresh, as it were. They say they are going to bring Lovers Rock on. And I think that will take the market. Carol Thompson has been talking about it, and she is a Windrush person.
Absolutely, yeah.
From the Windrush generation. So there it is. You have Carol. She's dying to come to Jamaica. She said she wants to, what they call, bust out in Jamaica. In Jamaica. So we are there behind her, and Fresh is there to keep it live in the UK and the world. May I say thank you in my own way to everyone, boy and girl, man and woman, everybody who participated. We have been all glue. We don't want to leave. We really don't want to leave, because the fire has been lit and we just want to keep it burning. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for that. And we're gonna leave with a song from a young person from Dean, and then we're all off home.
Hey, Rudy.
Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Yeah, before we go, just want to mention, guys, I'll be meeting the Honorable Sir Rudy in Jamaica in September. I'll be joining him on his Vision Rush tour in Jamaica. Looking forward to seeing you, brother.
All right.
And I hope to be there, Garfield. I hope to be there in September.
I will be there too.
Hi, Rudy. Hi, Rudy.
Hi, hi.
I am very much excited to hear you all and for your motivation. And I know that next year will be better.
Excellent.
I know. I thank you all for your encouragement. I will not give up. I continue focusing on what we are doing here in African Garden.
Excellent. Well
We have a
done.
lot of children here around us today, and elderly and a few young people. So we are stepping up one day at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you for what you're doing. And take care.
Take care. Diana.
Yes,
We always talk. We always talk.
Right, so Dean.
All right, there's Joanna. You can take us. There's Joanna.
I'll be singing She's Royal by Tyrus Riley.
Go ahead.
Natural beauty. No, I never been someone shy until I see your eyes. Still I had to try. Yeah. Oh yes, let me get my words right and then approach you. When I treat you like a man is supposed to. You never had to cry. No. I know everyone can relate to when they find this special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moved to her own beat. She has the qualities of a queen. Oh, she's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen.
That's it. That's it. Nurse Joanna.
Okay.
Have a little problem.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a little problem when the girls sing boys and get jealous, you know. Dr. Malcolm. What a
Yes.
Yeah, man, we like to balance it, man. Dr. Malcolm, tell us, you know, everybody, we always have a competition. You know. Once the girl, we balance it. Go ahead, Dr. Malcolm.
I am glad that you brought him in because I was getting the feeling of frustration. and I saw somebody helping him to put on his doctor's coat and everything. So I thought he should be given a chance. Go ahead, Dr. Marco. Yes.
You've been walking the same old miles and miles. You've been hearing the same old voice, the same old lies. You try to pull the same old clothes inside. For the better life, for the better life. You got friends. You pretend to take it. You feel lost in the way you make it. You couldn't feel like a saving. If you couldn't take it, you got friends. You pretend to take it. We must do something better night. You don't find yourself going out from the same old fun. You know to do, you know just stay right.
Freedom of saving is a prison shaking Savior through God's hands. He's a chain breaker. Thank you.
Very well done, Doctor.
Doctor.
This is a touch of what we do under the Reggae Tree, man. Can't miss it. One of the most exciting program, one of its kind. This is unbelievable, a global program. We're going to be coming bigger, better, coming September. You know, what we do each month, we select students and we reward them. Today is going to be an award ceremony that we're going to be recognizing 10 of our top students doing good in school, good in church, good in your community. As you know, I got the 100 Men of Color in the United States. So we have a day in my name. The 23rd, we're going to be selecting community heroes. So we're going to be looking for, come October the 23rd, myself and Rudy, we're going to be selecting some of these students for our community, our mini heroes day ceremony. They'll be getting the Dean Roden and Rudy Page Award. So feel free, you guys can chip in, give them your day award too, but we need to start recognize our young people to transition. So we're going to be looking at our next big event, our Community Heroes Day, with our young, talented young people who are making a big contribution and transforming the community across the world. And this is not just a Jamaica program. These students are in different parishes. Some is in Westmoreland, some is in Augustown, some is in across the world. So once again, thank you, Mr. Page, and thank you all for giving us and my children the opportunity to share their talent and bring their dreams into reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Dean. And I really mean absolutely the last word with Dr. Lola now.
Well, as Dean said, this is not just a Jamaica program. And I must say that we have put the stamp on the UK, because you heard a representative spoke about the work being done in communities in UK. So Dean, we have under the Reggae Tree in the UK, and I can just see it growing from community to community, because in the UK, we have our communities that are starved of these types of activities and for them to get the true feeling of belong. I think that came up today, but some of us would not know the depth of what it is for our children, even adults within our community, to feel belong. The whole concept of belonging is very important in the diaspora, because in Jamaica, the children and our people do not feel any way disconnected, as it were. But in the diaspora, there are so many factors coming at our, not just young people, but our people.
Yeah.
And sometimes they feel if they had wings, they could fly away. They don't feel belong. And this is why Mr. Page's program of Homeward Bound is so important. I'm sorry that you weren't able to lift it off the ground this year. But no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
For the Windrush 75, let's get that Homeward Bound program on its way. We have enough time to save towards it. So let us get it on. And thanks again to all you wonderful people. You warm my heart.
Thank you very much, and good night all.
Good night.